Nightly update for Bitcoin from this morning. We did actually have another drop from this morning's video. We tagged 407 twice. So this is actually the fourth time that it's getting hit. The major downtrend is now back in play. I do think this week we are going to have one last correction back down to potentially as low as 38K. I'm starting to think 35 isn't going to happen. Um, I would say once we break below 404, that's when we come back down to 38 or at least 39 too. But other than that, I do think one of these play out. Um, or actually, that's what I meant to say. I guess what I'm so used to saying is one of these play out. This one's usually not here, but this is from this morning. It's starting to look like this 35K isn't going to get hit. Um, so all in all, if we don't even break below 3407, if it doesn't happen by Wednesday or Thursday, it's probably not going to happen in my opinion. One thing I did want to highlight. So before I click off of Bitcoin, nothing has changed. We tagged 407 two more times from this morning. This is the type of move that's on the table. If we take out 30 or 048, excuse me, 40384, then we're going to drop back down to about 39 and 38K. Again, I'm starting to think this isn't going to get hit at 35. Um, and then once we break over 44, 42.5, then obviously this gets invalidated. And again, we do have to, or I have to pump the brakes. We cannot be moon boys until we break over the 618 at 4480. It's been in play since January, so until that happens, we cannot be bullish, technically speaking, on Bitcoin. One thing I wanted to highlight was the miners. I forgot to bring them up this morning. Riot has broken out of its downtrend from December Mara has broken out, as has Riot. So both miners have broken out of their downtrends, which is something interesting. Also, GBTC, Mixer pointed out something on the live stream, but what I wanted to point out was, which we've pointed out in the past, how GBTC topped out first in February, which was when retail ultimately left in April, and then or got in and out rather when we had all the altcoins run. Um, and you can see here that it made lower lows throughout the summer while Bitcoin did not, and it made a lower high compared to Bitcoin versus this. But you can see this time around it's actually printing higher lows just as Bitcoin. And what's interesting here is we had the low on the 24th. It's been putting in higher lows, and each of these lows are connected. But what's interesting is I was looking for the same type of move on Bitcoin originally out of the Fed meeting down to 35 and change, but we're not getting that. It looks like we're getting this type of trend line. So you can see that GBTC is following Bitcoin closely, but it's not exact. But the fact that this one actually did create equal lows in terms of tagging the same trend line, I think that's a good sign that people are starting to get interested again. And I do think GBTC suffers or follows the same fate, not suffers the same fate, but so that's something that I also want to highlight. All in all, I am still, leaning more towards, I'm leaning bullish. I still think we're in a bull run. Some coins are just completely going up now, like Zcash was one of the Dino coins, has completely undone its drop from January. It's now back to December levels. So this entire drop has been undone. Dash is looking for a small run as well. It's not nearly as powerful. Not powerful. What kind of fucking terms am I using today? It's not as strong of a push to the upside as Zcash, but it's slowly moving up. Same as Ethereum Classic, but I didn't really want to focus on those because those moves aren't that bullish. They're just relief rallies as of now. But Zcash, in my opinion, is not a relief rally. It has completely undone the sell-off from December. Same thing with Waves is another one that just had a complete rally. It's almost getting ready to break for a new all-time high. It's getting stuck at the 786 right now at $34. So again, Waves is another one that almost made a new all-time high, or at least from the May high. I don't know if there's previous price history back here, but we were making the argument that we've been in, the altcoins have been in some type of bear market since last May, and you can see for 300 days it just undid all of that over the course of 24 days. There was another one I wanted to check. Waves. Oh, KNC. That's what it was. I don't know anything about this. I know it's a piece of shit, though, from 2017. Ultimately, that coin is also getting close to taking out its high from May. So once again, Another May coin that topped actually in April. It's been going down for 270 days, and it just undoes all of that over the course of 50 days. So we're starting to see coins curl to the upside. I am leaning more towards very bullish in April. That doesn't necessarily mean that we're not going to drop one last time. I still think the drop is on the table. But again, as I've looked at on the live stream, if you start looking through the top 100 coins, a lot of them are starting to crawl higher. Avalanche never really looks bad. Avalanche took out the downtrend once again. Where's Luna, or Phantom rather? Phantom's still in a downtrend. Where was Luna? Luna, I think Luna did make a new all-time high. Yeah, it did make a new all-time high for Luna. So, you know, there if you EGLD is another one that's breaking to the upside. So a lot of these coins are starting to break to the upside now. And again, as I highlighted a couple of months or a couple of weeks ago over on the live stream, how if you look at the top 100 coins, the majority of them, about 70 of them, are higher than they were in the summertime, and you know some of them are actually starting to push back up towards their highs. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to highlight that. Again, I do think there's going to be one more drop to the downside. Just looking at Elon, it's a meme coin, so it shows that retail is not interested at all. So I would say some of the old coins will make new lows. I don't think Elon makes a new low, but I think it's going to take a big hit. Bitcoin as well, obviously, wouldn't have to have a big hit for Elon to move down. But all in all, I think 38K is probably the worst case scenario. I'm starting to think that this 35 isn't going to get hit. But again, our break over 46 invalidates this drop. So that's pretty much it. Best of luck. None of this is financial advice, and you always have to do what's best for you.